All right, let's take a look at this new comet called C2023A3 Tsuchinshan Atlas. In this video, I'd like to show you 3 different ways to view the comet, 2 of them on the computer, and one of them, well, we'll go out into the field and see if we can find it. But the 2 on the computer, one of them is a computer program called Stellarium, which shows what it looks like from the Earth, where you can expect to see it in the night sky. And the other one is a website called theskylive.com. And you really get a feel for where it sits in 3-dimensional space in relation to the other planets. Okay, we're going to go find this comet C2023A3. So we're heading out here to Semiamu. I think this is the best place to view it. So, comet hunting, here we go. So here I am out at Semiamu Spit, and we're going to find this comet. The comet is right up and to the left of the sun there, but we just can't see it right now. We'll be able to see it soon after the sun goes down, maybe 45 minutes after the sun goes down. It turned out that the weather conditions were not really ideal for comet viewing. I did catch one little glimpse of the comet just before it dipped below the horizon, but it was not a particularly spectacular appearance. It should get a little bit better over the next few days, but the problem is, as it gets higher and higher into the evening sky, it also is getting further and further away from us. So the sky is getting darker and darker, but the comet itself is getting dimmer and dimmer as the days go by. Okay, before we look at the computer simulations, here's just some quick background information about the comet. You can fast forward to the computer simulations if this part's boring to you. The comet was discovered by the Purple Mountain Observatory in China on January 9th, 2023, and it was independently found by Atlas South Africa on February 22nd, 2023. And check this out, I just learned this. ATLAS stands for Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS. Alright, now let's play with some of the simulations. This one's called Stellarium. I'll assume that you can download it and install it, but I will show you some of the preliminary settings that I like to establish. I like to make it so that these menus always stay visible, and you do that by clicking right here and right here. And those little triangles turn into squares, and now these menus are always there, because I'm going to be coming back to those a lot. So one of the first things you want to do is establish your location. So I'll click on the location window and I'll just search in here for Seattle, which is close enough to where I am. And then I can close that window. So there I am in Seattle at 56 meters in altitude. And now I'm going to turn on the clock. You'll need that. That's for the date and time. And now we want to make sure that the comet is loaded into the program. So here's how you do that. So you want to come down here to the configuration window and then click on plugins. Then we're going to scroll down here to Solar System Editor. I'm going to click on configure. Then I'm going to click on Solar System, and then I'm going to say import orbital elements in MPC format. And I'll have to click on comets up here. And now for the bookmark right here, we're going to select MPC's list of observable comets. Get orbital elements. And now we need to search for Tsuchinshan Atlas. I can see it right here, but if I didn't see it there, I could type in TSUCH. This is the one we're interested in, and now we're going to add that object. And now it doesn't give you a very clear indication that it has done so, but we can close all these windows, and if everything is right with the world, we should be able to see that comet as we scroll ahead in the time. Okay, there it is. I scrolled ahead, so it's 8:42. Let's set it for 8 o'clock exactly. 8 o'clock p.m. So right now the comet is not showing, but here's what you can do. You go down here and you can turn off the atmosphere. So this turns off the effect of the atmosphere, and there it is. Our comet Tsuchinshan is gloriously displayed right up here. We can zoom in on it. It's really quite beautiful in this rendering of it. I don't know that that's what it actually looks like, but it's pretty cool. So that's right after the sun goes down on the 15th. So again, let's back up an hour or so. And let's just turn the atmosphere on again. So by 6 o'clock you won't be able to see it. But 7 o'clock, when the sun is down, yeah, you might just start to see it, at least according to this program. And that's where it'll be located. off in the west there, and just to the left of the sun. And it's kind of between Arcturus and Venus. So right now on the 15th, it's halfway between Arcturus and Venus, and then slightly above that midline. That's where it will be appearing tonight on the 15th. So that's a pretty cool way to look at the comet, and I love that you can zoom in on it. If you double click on it, it'll center it on the page here, and then you can really zoom in. Ooh. Alright, so that's Stellarium. And by the way, the mobile app version of Stellarium is excellent. It's my go-to app for identifying celestial objects out in the field. Next, we're going to take a look at theskylive.com. And by the way, The Sky Live also has an interactive star map, but I just don't find this one as useful as the one, as convoluted as it was to get there. This one I just don't find as user-friendly. Things are laggy and it's just hard to navigate. So that's why I suggested the Stellarium option for what it's actually going to look like from terrestrial observation points. But it is a cool website because you can see where the comet lies in three-dimensional space. So to find the comet, it's pretty much available here, but if it wasn't obviously right in front of me here, I would go over here to Bright Comets, and then I would go up here to the search bar and say C2023 Tsuchinshan Atlas. There it is. Now from here, I like to go straight to the three-dimensional simulator. So I'm going to scroll down the page. There's some good information about where the comet is located. But this, if I click right here, I can open the 3D simulator in a new window. Oh, and look at this. Oh, I can rotate this thing around. I can see exactly where that satellite is by moving my clicking and moving my cursor. Now I can go down here and advance time. So it goes by pretty fast. There the comet is going away from us. So I'll pause that. So let's go back to October. Let's go to let's go back to September 19th. And then I'll hit the play button. So back in September, the comet was way over here. So I'll hit play. There it goes. Now you can see it kind of slips up between Venus and Mercury. Okay, let's stop it. Again, let's go back a few months, October. Let's go back to August. Here we were in the summer. In fact, let's go back to July. So there it was coming in. We hadn't even seen it yet. I'm going to hit play. And there it goes between the Earth. Wait, where did it go? It went between the Earth and Venus, and it comes back out between Venus and Mercury. And as it's moving away, November, this is about where we are now. It's getting further away, but we can still see it up there. Well, there it is. It should be somewhat visible until the end of October, and if you don't catch it this time around, you can always catch it again in about 80,000 years when it comes back around. It's not often that we get these comets. I can remember back in 1973 when Comet Kahutek came around. That was pretty underwhelming. Then there was Comet Hale-Bopp back around 1995. That was an interesting thing because there was all kinds of rumors and conspiracy theories swirling around that one, with Art Bell on the radio at late night, and then there was quite a bit of lore around Comet Hale-Bopp. Those were interesting times before the internet, before you could just find things out. All right, thank you for watching, and keep looking up. Look for those comets. Cheers.